In this video, I'm going to be going through 5 different examples of lies that are commonly told at restraining order hearings and how to defeat them. My name is Veronica. I am a domestic violence restraining order defense attorney here in California, and I help people put their cases behind them so that they can enjoy their lives and their freedom. I am also the creator of a course called Defeat the DVRO, in which I teach you how to win your course without an attorney. So if that is something that you are interested in, you can get your free first class down below in the description box. Okay, so let's get right into it. Petitioner's lie number 1. On April 5th at 7 p.m., the respondent was screaming and threatening me over the phone. Reality: you were quietly reading a book in the public library at the time that she says you called, and you didn't make any calls during that period of time. Evidence to gather. You're going to want to get, if you checked out a book from the library, a receipt showing that you were at the library at that time. You also want to get a copy of your call log, not just from your phone, but actually go on your cell phone provider's website and get a printout of all of the calls that you made during that time, or in this case, the lack thereof. Response. Your Honor, on April 5th at 7 p.m., I was at the public library. I have a receipt showing that I was there at that time, and my phone records confirm that I made no calls during that period. Why this works. Okay, so in this example, the evidence that you're presenting, the library receipt and the phone records, show not only where you were at the time that this occurred, but also the fact that you didn't make any calls during that time period. Now, this is going to not only help refute the petitioner's claim that you made this threatening phone call, but it's also going to build your credibility and pretty significantly damage hers. Lie number 2. The petitioner says, the respondent has been sending me harassing texts every day for the past month. Now, in reality, the only texts that you've exchanged with the petitioner were regarding child care coordination and shared bills. Evidence to gather. Now, in this case, you're going to want to get a complete history of your text messages during the period of time in which she claims that you were harassing her. I would get text messages, emails, and phone calls just to cover all bases in case she changes her story. How to present it at the hearing. You would say, Your Honor, my messages to the petitioner were strictly regarding child care and shared bills. I brought with me today a copy of all of our text messages during that time period, as well as my phone records and our email records. All of these show that we were simply communicating regarding child care and shared bills. I certainly did not harass her. Why it works. Okay, so by claiming that you harassed the petitioner for a month, she actually gave you an opportunity here, because not only are all of your communications going to show that actually she's lying and you did not harass her, but you're also going to now get the chance to show the judge your responsible and your reasonable communication. Lie number 3. The respondent was following me around the grocery store on May 12th at about 3 p.m. Now, in reality, you were actually at a doctor's appointment during that time. Evidence to gather. You're going to want to get copies of your medical records, or even just a copy of your appointment slip or a note from your doctor, as well as, if possible, GPS records from your phone showing where you were at the time at the doctor's office. How to explain it to the judge. You're going to say, Your Honor, on May 12th at 3 p.m., I was at my doctor's office for a scheduled appointment. I have a copy of my appointment slip, I have a copy of my bill from that day, and I have GPS data showing that I was nowhere near the grocery store and was at the doctor's office. Why it works. This evidence shows that you were somewhere else entirely during this alleged stalking incident, and this also makes the petitioner look not only not credible, but kind of crazy. I mean, these restraining order hearings, you have to remember, they're all about credibility. Many times there's not going to be complete hard evidence of everything that occurred and everything that's going to be testified to during the hearing. After all, we are not, well, most of us are not on a reality show where our lives are documented 24/7, and it's hard to show that something didn't happen sometimes. So whenever you get an example like this and you're like, hey, I actually do have some hard evidence, you need to absolutely take that opportunity to not only show that that allegation isn't true, but also to show that the petitioner is not credible and the judge cannot believe what she says. Example number 4. Petitioner says, the respondent pushed me down the stairs on June 1st, causing a fractured wrist. In reality, the petitioner was actually involved in a car accident that caused the injury. Evidence together. Insurance documents about the car accident, if there were any social media posts about the car accident, photographs of the smashed up car, medical records if you happen to have them that state that the cause of the fractured wrist were a car accident. How to present this to the judge. Your Honor, the petitioner's fractured wrist was actually caused by a car accident on May 30th. I have social media posts where they discuss the accident, I have insurance documents, and I have photographs of the smashed up car. Why this works. Okay, so these documents prove that the petitioner's injury was pre-existing and they are unrelated to anything caused by you. Also, if you can get something like this in front of the judge and the judge sees, okay, she obviously was in a car accident. She obviously had a fractured wrist because of the car accident. And now she came in front of me and she said it's because the respondent pushed her down the stairs. Get the heck out of my courtroom, right? You know, restraining order denied. The more opportunities, the more times you have solid proof and you can undermine his or her credibility, the better. Lie number 5. The petitioner says, on July 15th, the respondent shattered my glass coffee table in a fit of rage. In reality, you were out of town visiting your parents on July 15th. The evidence you would want to gather are travel records, photographs or social media posts from your trip, witnesses who can confirm your visit. And the way to present it to the judge would be, Your Honor, on July 15th, I was out of town visiting my parents. I have my travel records, I have photographs from my trip, and I brought my parents with me here today to testify that I was with them on July 15th. Now, the reason why this works. Okay, so it's obvious that if you weren't even in town on July 15th, then it's impossible for you to have shattered the petitioner's coffee table during that time, right? Now, one thing that's really important is that you want to commit her to the date. Because what if she says, oh, actually, I was wrong about that. It was June 15th. That's really important when you have something like this and you're like, you know what? I have a smoking gun. I have it. I'm ready. You want to make sure that you really do have the smoking gun by nailing her down to that exact date. So in the course, I actually teach you how to do that. If you've made it this far, you're obviously very serious about winning your restraining order hearing, and I can teach you how to do that. I mean, you can keep scrolling YouTube, binge watching, hoping for the answers, or you can get them just served up to you on a silver platter, which is what I do in my course. Now again, you can get a free first class. You can see what the course is about and how it can help you. Just click on the link down below, go to defeatthedvro.com. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell.